Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Thursday, the 13th of June. Okay, I'm changing my tarot cards. Let's see what comes out for this pack today for us. I feel like there's a slight shift in energy. So, be interesting to see what comes out. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, maybe not then. We've got a lot of stuff going on in our heads today. A lot of stuff. Both swords, both cloudy skies. What I thought as soon as I saw these cards together was 7 and 3 makes 10. I don't know why I felt I needed to say that, but I feel like this situation and this situation combined is going to give us a completion, a cycle in some way, an ending, some closure. I do really feel like these two people are part of the same story rather than us identifying with this person and this person. I feel like this is a story, and I feel that actually it doesn't really matter which one you resonate with. I feel like the message is it takes two people to create a situation like this. We often get hurt. Obviously, this is a lady showing that she's hurt. Something's happened to her. She's wounded in some way. She's not done that to herself. It was somebody else. Maybe it was this person. But I feel like there's an element here of looking at past relationships or current relationships that are not quite right, that are causing some sort of pain, some sort of confusion. There's some sort of, I want to say, gaslighting going on. Perhaps there's an element of misunderstanding with words and communication. And figure out what you can do in that relationship to take responsibility that this stops happening. Because the trouble with our lives is we don't often realise that we are in cycles, repeated cycles, that we go round and round and round and round until we've learnt the lesson. So that could be that all of your relationships have a particular trait. Maybe your partner, your friends, your family, going back, when you was a child, all those relationships are stemming from a place where you're needing some sort of validation, or you're needing love because it was withheld in some way. So there's aspects of our personality that we've had with us because of things that have happened to us over the years, that have built up and built up and built up, that kind of get us in situations where we do get in relationships that are not quite working. They're not quite functioning well here, are they? And I feel that we can continue to do that throughout our lives, regardless of our age, until we work out what we can do to put better protection for ourselves in to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, so these are to do with swords. I do feel, therefore, that it's also to do with our mind. It's examining things in quite a critical way, but don't be too overly critical. We're only human, we are what we are. And I do feel that this is going to be a moment where we reflect and think, no, this time round, I'm not going to do this. Now, we talked a couple of days ago, on Monday, we had the Temperance cards, and the situation was, a bit emotional, but I did mention that this is a time when we're not going to go back and do the things that we've done in the past that have made our relationships so dark or clouded or confusing or hurtful or whatever that might be for you. So I do feel when we make a stand and we make a decision like that and we decide that something's going to change, the universe then plonks us right into a situation that's very similar to the things that we actually want to change. And there's that moment in our lives that think, oh, okay, here we go again then. Right, same old thing playing out. But no, it isn't, because the big catalyst here of change is you. Whatever this is for you, however this is appearing in your life, whether it's the crows chattering in your head and that's other people's opinions, or your own negative opinion of yourself, which affects your relationships, whether it is people not telling you the full story and you really wanting to believe people, but you know deep down that it isn't true. There's lots of different things, and we can think, no, we're going to do this differently. Now, if you look, the lady has actually got her hand on her heart. She's aware of what is causing her pain. And that is the absolute pivotal point of this card. In the tarot, threes, they signify lots of things, but for this particular card, I feel this is growth. And once we can identify what holds us back, what upsets us, what hurts us, even if it's our own personality in some way or our own behaviour, we can stop it. We can take those swords out of our heart and start to heal. And the sevens, well, yeah, they do sometimes signify a challenge. So perhaps you have had this amazing new energy on Monday of, no, this is the new me. And then situations come back into your life that you've now got to deal with. And maybe you're dealing with it in a different way today. So sevens, challenge, but also wisdom. Sevens signify wisdom. So maybe having that extra bit of wisdom around you. I was going to say wiseness. Is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, having that extra amount of wisdom and growth within you is what is going to change this situation. Remember, a lot of the time, we are humans, we experience relationships, but a lot of the time, we can't change the people around us and how they behave. We can only really change our way we react to them and the way we tolerate them, and whether we're going to let those things in or not. That's the things we can control. And I do feel as well that there is an element here of seeing people a little bit differently. Perhaps your perspective has changed and now you're seeing your partner in a slightly different light and thinking, oh, this is not right. And I've allowed this to happen for a long time. And that is that's my bit, but this isn't going to happen anymore. Or it might be a friend, maybe a friend that's been there for you for quite a long time is now not being there for you. And that can happen. I had a very similar conversation with somebody I know recently. When you shift in consciousness and you move to a higher level, people around you don't like it. Or suddenly you're feeling a bit off, or you're feeling a little bit out of connection with that person. It's because you're on different levels, and maybe you're seeing those relationships in a slightly different light. When we do have these amazing moments where we're going to change, we put ourselves first, and often it then highlights all the relationships we have where we don't put ourselves first. And of course, those people are like, oh, well, you've changed. Oh, yes, I have. Thank you very much. So I feel like, yes, this is possibly going to be a challenge. This is going to be an old pattern coming back into your life, but it's an opportunity for you to show how much you've grown, not just to these people, but to yourself, and get yourself out of that situation in a very different way to how you would be normally. So good luck for that. So I hope you like that message. I'll be back again tomorrow on Friday with my tarot animal tarot and oracle cards. That's what I was trying to say. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.